Hello, my dear friends. How are you? I'm sorry I wasn't uploading over 3 weeks. I had exams and I tried vlogging. When I had exams, I wanted to do sort of a exam vlog, something to update you on what I was doing, but it didn't go well because I was like, I'm not going to film before my exams because I get stressed. Then I would give my exam and I would study and I would forget to film and vlog. And then my manager called me. She told me that you should give us time, you should come to work every other day. And although I had exam, I had to do it because they needed me. So it was a very messy 2-3 weeks. But although I had exams, I got reading. So I'm here to update you on my reading and exams. So yeah, my first exam was my grammar. I am studying French literature, and it was the grammar, my first exam, and it was so stressful. It was hard. I mean, I studied and I tried throughout the term, but I was very stressed. I was very nervous. I thought I'm going to fail. But thankfully, although the time was very short, but I managed to finish everything, write everything, and then upload it. It was good, thank God. And after my first exams, my first exam, I started to read The Darkest Temptation, which was one of Morton Mary's favorite books, and she recommended it several times, and it kind of stuck in my mind, but I forgot what was it about until I started reading it, and I remembered, oh yeah, she said something about Ronan. She loved the name, which I love it too. And I started reading the book. I loved every second of that book, and I loved Ronan. I absolutely loved him. He was, I think he's my favorite male character. And when I was finished with the book, I messaged Morton Mary. I DM'd her on Instagram and I told her, why did you recommend this? I'm ruined for everyone. And she told me, yeah, I know. Ronan is the best. And he really is. So this book is about a girl named Mila. Her name was Mila. She hasn't seen her father in a few months, and it was her birthday and she was angry. She felt like her father was getting distant from her, and he was in Russia. So she suddenly was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Russia and see what the hell is going on. Why isn't he coming to see me? What's wrong? Does he have another family? Is he cheating? I mean, her mom is dead, but I mean, you know what I mean. And she has bodyguards whom she ditched, and she flies to Russia, and there she is just going through the street and everyone's staring at her, and she thinks it's kind of weird, and then she gets attacked by someone, and in a rush to go and free herself, she bursts into like a restaurant, I think, and she bursts through the door and she hits someone, and she looks up and it's Ronan. And the story is just like perfect. Like the first 25% you are just like, oh my god, Ronan is so sweet, and you are just in a beautiful bubble and there are butterflies in your stomach, and then suddenly something happens and you're like, whoa. And I loved it. I really every second I loved every second. And I love that the girl had like some impact. You know, some female characters are like just sitting there being quiet and looking at the male character like innocently, and suddenly the man falls in love. But this girl, she had personality, and I loved it. I really loved this book. It's also one of my favorites. So then I had my other exam, which was very long, very it was very hard. We had to remember different writers and their books, and mind you, they wrote so many books and plays and stuff, and all of them were like in contact with each other, or some of them were rivals, so we had to know every one of them. But thankfully the exam was good. And then I read a reverse harem book called Lords of Pain. Oh no, yeah, no, because I read one reverse harem before that, and it was Brutal Winter. Yeah, in Brutal Winter, like the heroes, it was not a romance, and one of the heroes, whatever you want to call it, he assaults the heroine, and the other one comes and just like cleans the mess and says, "Shut up, shut your mouth, don't tell anyone." And I was like, no, I can't like them, no. But I'm waiting for the second book. Let's see what happens. But the female has curly hair in Brutal Winter, and I'm a sucker for curly hair. Yeah. Anyways, I read Lords of Pain. It's a reverse harem. It's a dark romance book. And again, there were some weird things in this book. Like, I love dark romance books. I love everything that makes it, like, dark, and I love it. The darker the better, right? But this one was like trying too hard to be dark. Like, there were some weird things happening, and I was always questioning these anti-heroes. Do they like the heroine? Don't they like the heroine? Like, what's the deal? And I don't know. I didn't like, you should either like the story or the characters in the story, and I didn't like either of them. So I don't know. Maybe I will. I started the second book. I DNF'd it. I don't know if I'm going to continue or not. We'll see. My other exam, it was, like, I can say it was as hard and stressful as the grammar exam, because we had to like read a text from a book, and we had to write our opinions, and because our professor didn't really work on that with us, I was a little stressed, but I think it was good. So I don't know. But because I was at work, I didn't have to study that much. But I feel good about it. I started to read, again, reverse harem. Although I'm not into reverse harem, I read so many of them this month. And the name was Saint. And it's 4 books. And to be honest, I liked the start of the book. It's about a girl who's a chef. She lives in this town where there are a lot of gangs and mobsters and criminals, and she is trying hard to keep her head above the water. And yeah, she's a good girl, but then she sees 4 men murder a guy, and they find her, and now she's in trouble. And they tell her, for some reason, the main guy, the boss of the gang or whatever, he doesn't want to kill her, and his name is Saint, and he's so funny. He's one of the most unique characters that I've ever read. He says, "I'm intrigued by this girl, and she's a good chef. So let's like kind of hire her, but keep her in our house and don't let her to talk to anyone." So that's how the story starts. I'm gonna be honest, the 4 main characters, male characters, they were very interesting. Like, we have Brutal, and he's obsessed with cleaning. Like everything should be clean as hell. Like, very clean, like a spotless, sparkling clean. and he doesn't talk much, like at all. And I thought his character was so interesting, and I wanted to know more about him. But his book, like the book that we know more about him, is the third book, and the first book was just too cringy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the first 50%. Then Saint did some things that I was like, do you love this girl? Like, you do things, you put her in danger, and you claim to love her. And at the end, something happens that I hope it's not a spoiler, but it changed the game, and that made me feel like the whole character of the heroine is just a lie. And I didn't like it. And some parts were just too cringy, and I thought I can't continue. So I'm not sure if I continue this series. I really want to know about Brutal. If you've read it, let me know. Should I continue reading? Should I not? And I did my last exam, then I went to work, and again yesterday I went to work, and today is my day off. So today is the first day that I'm like resting and relaxing and just enjoying, not studying. And I started a book called Overcast. I had high expectations about this book. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying my expectations were too high. It's not bad. I like it. It's dark, but I'm more excited about the second book. So yeah, I will talk about it, maybe in a video, maybe I will recommend them. But I, again, started another book, Reverse Harem. It was called Through the Pain. And one of the reasons that I wanted to read this book, I didn't even know the plot. I just wanted to read this book because the cover was beautiful, and the girl was a boxer. And I'm a sucker for MMA, boxing, parkour. Just give it to me, hon. Especially if the male character is MMA, parkour, does all this stuff, I'm just in love. But I couldn't even get to 25% of the book. It was just too immature. It was too boring. So yeah, that's it. That's my whole journey in exams and reading. I promised myself not to read while I was giving exam, but I did it anyways. I couldn't stop myself. So now my summer has started finally, so I'm going to... Oh, I wanted to tell you this. I started to read Shattered Legacy, which was in my summer TBR, and it was different, okay, but I'm not sure that I like the difference. Like, it's a weird thing. You're the lost in the beginning. Like, the girl is kind of chosen to be with this guy that's very dangerous. He's rich, he's reckless, he's like scary. And then because she has to marry him, I think, she goes and she decides to give her virginity to another boy. And I think it's their story. Unlike other books, the girl is not going to fall in love with the guy who she's going to marry. She's going to fall in love with another guy, which is refreshing. But here's the problem. Their connection was too cheap for me. Like, they were just kissing, making out, and the guy was like, I want to know more about her. There's just something different about her. Like, what do you know about her? I want that connection. Like in the darkest temptation, before the change of events, like Ronan is really like intrigued by the girl, like what she does, what she thinks, what she likes. And I love that. Like he saw things that he liked or he thought was interesting, and then he was interested in the girl. But in these books, it's like they don't know anything about the girl, but they are like interested anyways. That feels cheap to me. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue, but it was in my summer TBR. So I'm trying to like push through it. Okay. And yeah, so my summer is started. So I'm going to start my summer TBR. I added so many books to my summer TBR, and I was going through my books on my phone, and I remembered so many books that I read last summer that I really enjoyed. So I wanted to make a summer recommendation book video, and I know it's late, but I thought I'm going to do it. And one of the books is like in this ocean themed area, and I loved it. And I'm kind of searching for like surfer, summer, again YA typed books. So yeah, that was the whole update. I hope you did well on your exams if you had them, and I hope you had the best 2 weeks of the month. And I'm back, girl. I'm back, honey. I'm back with more videos, with more ideas. And yeah, I try to upload more. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for waiting. And I'm going to be back for more book videos, for more videos about different stuff. And yeah, I'll be seeing you next time, my friends. Take care and bye.